It is very common for us in accounting to prepay many of our expenses. This allows us to take advantage of discounts. One problem, though, is for those of us using the accrual method that we end up actually recording this expense in 1 month. Truthfully, we'd like to see that actual expense spread across 12 months of the year. In this video, we're going to talk about these prepaid expenses and how we can accomplish that. First, when we actually write a check out for a prepaid expense, we will pay the entire premium, and as an offset account, we'll actually use a prepaid account that is set up on the balance sheet. In this case, I'm using insurance as an example. Once I pay the check, I will then break out that amount into equal monthly installments. To do this, I'll actually create a general journal entry, and once a month I will debit the premium expense and credit the insurance prepaid account on the balance sheet. Now keep in mind, we can set this up as a memorized transaction. It can take place automatically in QuickBooks, and there's nothing for us to do. We're going to actually take advantage of this technique in order to maintain an accrual method of accounting. Accrual likes us to match our expenses with our revenues. By putting the prepaid expense into a suspense type account on the balance sheet, we'll see that it's very easy to take advantage of this. Let's go into QuickBooks and see how this works. The first thing that I'll do on the chart of accounts is set up an area for my prepaid expenses. You'll notice that I have a parent account with 2 child accounts underneath. Next, I'll go to my checking account and simply pay for my insurance. I'm going to go ahead and just say pay to the order of insurance. We'll pretend this is an insurance company, and I'll quick add a vendor into my account. I will say now that we spent $1,200 on this insurance policy. For my account now, I will actually go up to the balance sheet where I have set up a prepaid account. Notice that I've put this in as an other current asset. I will simply now say save and close, and I have booked that expense. Let's go to the balance sheet and see what happens. You'll notice here is my prepaid insurance under my prepaids account for $1,200. Now let's say that it is January and I'm ready to use some of that expense up. I am now going to actually go through and write a journal entry. Let's go up to the company area, down to make journal entry, and let's go ahead and use that prepaid account. Under prepaids, I'll choose the insurance subaccount, and in the subaccount, I'm going to credit it for $100. The next line down, I will now actually hit my expense account. So I'm going to go down to my expense account. We'll say this was a liability insurance. Now for the purpose of this example, I am not changing the date. Remember, I'm just showing you the procedures. Keep in mind also that this is a perfect time to actually go ahead and memorize our transaction. Under the Edit menu, you'll see Memorize the Journal Entry. Let's go ahead and complete our transaction and hit Save and Close. Once again, let's return to the balance sheet, and you will now notice that the balance sheet has gone down by that $100. If I double-click to get to the background, you'll notice the original $1,200 that we booked, and now you'll notice the credit for $100. The $100 will now show on the expense statement. When you're using an accrual method of accounting, you will find that utilizing this method of prepaids makes your books look perfect. Keep in mind again that you want to memorize that transaction. If you're unsure of memorizing transactions, please refer to our introduction video.